What's going on YouTube? This is a video reply to the Handyman Channel. Kind of an explanation of a comment I made on his channel regarding him building some shaker doors. I have a couple of shaker door examples in front of me here. This one is from my day job. This was made on a machine specifically for making cabinet doors, and this is a door I built at home here in my own shop. This is similar to what he's doing, but to get my point across, I have two different versions here. He was building his groove in the center, which is okay. I did it on these doors, but he was taking a lot of time trying to make it perfect from side to side so you can flip the pieces over. And I guess my tip to him is don't worry about trying to make it perfect where you can flip the pieces back and forth. I mean, that takes so much time, and at the end of the day you'll always have a few pieces that just will not come out perfect anyhow, just the nature of how wood is. So what I would kind of suggest, and this is what I did here, instead of worrying about getting it dead center where you can flip the pieces around, I like to take all my pieces and figure out which is the good side that I want for the front of the door first, and I kind of work off of that. I usually like to run all my pieces off what will be the back side, so that way if they get scratched up moving across the different work surfaces or whatever, you can sand it out later and it'll be the back side of the door, and it won't really matter. And if you, how can I say this? If you always work off the same side of the pieces, your pieces will always go together good, no matter if like you have like a slight variance in them. And usually, if you do have a slight variance, it's usually pretty easy to sand out. And then if we look over on this door that was made on a machine specifically for this kind of stuff, you can see on the inside, if you really want to get fancy, you can get into doing profiles on the inside. You could also have a profile in the outside, but in order to have room for that profile, you need to offset your groove more towards the back like that. And that was pretty much where I was going with that comment. And then the other comment I made is about doing a back cut. I actually had a good, this was probably my setup piece that went, where we go. This was probably my setup piece for a project at one point, because that is basically a back cut. This, if you look at it this way, this would be the front of the panel, and the back cut is actually on the back. And if we flip these doors over, you can see this one has the back cut in it, and the ones I did at home here have the back cut. And the reasoning behind why you'd want to do this, take for example, like on this drawer front, if you were going to put a handle or knob here, if you didn't have it so the plane of that panel was in line with your rails and stiles, when you go to tighten that up, that's going to pull that center panel in, and in a lot of cases it's going to crack on you if you over tighten it. And if you don't over tighten it, the handle's just going to loosen up on you all the time anyway. So, you know, this is basically the difference between a cheap front and a good quality front, is when you have this back cut style of panel in here. And then as far as doors goes, the reasoning why you do it on just normal doors is it just makes the door that much more sturdy, and it actually has a bit of weight to it, which it just doesn't feel like a cheap door. If you ever seen a cheap cabinet door that basically had some sort of eighth inch thick piece of like plywood in there for a center panel. Those doors are so cheap and flimsy and weak half the time. Yeah, okay, handyman. Hopefully, my explanation kind of makes some amount of sense. I know sometimes I'm bad at trying to explain things in comments and also on on video, but yeah, hopefully this is of some use to you, and can't wait to see you on one of your next crazy 8-hour all-nighter live streams. I'll talk to you later.